Well, that is actually a good point, and that's something that we have always taken into consideration, maybe to a fault. There's so much material for our band now. You know, we've been a band for the better part of 20 years, and there's so much material that is kind of worth a few listens, in our opinions, and we are our own worst critics, you know. And so there's a ton of stuff that's not being put out just because it sucks, you know.
Right.
So if we ever get to the day where we're like, oh, we got to do something special, it's like, man, you know. No, but there's a lot of these things, and in my opinion, most of them really are kind of neat, especially like when you hear them fresh, and some of them you won't be able to tell at all what time period they came from. And what's going to be surprising is that some of them are quite old. And so it's been a really interesting sort of journey for us to have, you know, go through all these things and listen to it. And I haven't heard some of this stuff in the better part of 10 years. So I think it's going to be a fun idea. And we'll see, you know, if it starts and kids just stop coming to the concerts and start buying the CDs, and we'll know then.
Right. Hey,
maybe you were right.
Yeah, maybe it's all downhill. You know what? Maybe you are that band. The greatest hits come out, and it all hits the crapper from then on out.
Yes, that's okay, because we've had a good run. But hopefully, what's going to happen is, you know, it'll be like sort of the next chapter in our career. I know that as far as the way that we feel as a band, we feel like we've sort of just gotten started. And there's definitely been a recharging period that we've all been through over the past couple of years, and so we're going to hit the ground running when we go on tour this year, because we're all very excited.
Well, that's
very excited to make music again.
Like, for example, like when Love Hurts came out and kind of, not came out, I should say, when it kind of was born as a single, it started getting so much attention. Did that kind of rush the process along a little bit of, like you were saying, getting back together, getting everything going again, kind of starting up the band again, if you will? Did that kind of push things along a little bit?
It didn't hurt, but that wasn't the sort of, you know, that wasn't the decision once that song started doing well. You know, that song was our first successful pop single overseas about 2 years ago. And so that song has already had a life. It was during the Like Grenades album cycle, and it was really exciting, and, you know, we were doing really well over in different parts of the world and everything. And so when it started doing well here, we had actually already been talking about the greatest hits package, what it was going to do. We were talking about doing a summer tour, and it was a little bit serendipitous, actually. The timing was unbelievable. It actually couldn't have been better. So it was just sort of this wonderful welcomed plus in the equation.
Right. Hey, I was going through the tour schedule. Like I mentioned, you'll be at Merriweather here on August 9th, and then down in Virginia Beach on August 11th. But in July, you guys are doing the Mile High Festival. Do you find yourself as the kind of guy that's a little bit picky about what festivals or kind of like big multi-band shows that you want to be a part of?
Yes. Absolutely.
Because
there's one that we would much rather leave to other bands, and there are certain ones that we are, you know, thrilled to play on, but we don't want to just be playing, you know, any show. It's wonderful to play music anywhere and for anyone. It's not so much about the people who are attending. It's more about the company you keep, I think, you know.
Right, because the Mile High Festival, I was looking through it. It's Tool, Widespread Panic, Ben Harper, Robert Randolph, the Black Keys, you guys. So it's not like, and I don't know if what you were kind of intimating at is it's not just one of those thrown together, let's just grab any kind of musician, but in this case there's almost a common thread that kind of runs through the whole thing.
Yes, I'm very excited about that show, actually, as are the guys in the band. It's going to be really cool.
Sounds like
I actually just saw Ben Harper here in New York City about 10 days ago. He played this David Lynch benefit, and he was singing with Eddie Vedder. It was great. It was so good. I'm really excited to do another show with Ben Harper. He's a great guy.
And it seems like there would be no shortage of fun backstage at that show.
It's going to be rainbows and unicorns, my friend.
And like 90,000 people, too, last year, right? It's enormous.
Wow. fun. Now I'm nervous. Thanks a lot.
Sorry.
Please don't worry about that. Yes or no, are we getting a new studio album possibly next year?
The possibility is always there. Always there. I have no idea as to the reality of it. We would like to. You know what it really depends on is if the music that we write in the coming months is exciting to us and is worth sort of sharing with people. So let me get back to you on that one.
Do you feel do you feel motivated though, or inspired in terms of the writing process coming up?
Oh God, absolutely, yes. Once again, another resounding yes. There's actually never been a time in my life when I haven't had a complete erection for making music at any time. I love it with all my heart.
Very good.
All right.
All right, so a couple of things. Let's make sure we know the new single, Black Heart Inertia. Monuments and Melodies, June 16th. Also, make sure you get your code, pre-order it. Make sure you get your code for the vault. And like I said, we'll see you Sunday, August 9th at Merriweather. That, of course, is the big knife-throwing competition. And then down in Virginia Beach on August 11th. Hey, Brandon, it's very nice to talk to you, man. I appreciate the time.
Nice to talk to you, too. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Later, man.